the crux of this is that the lead woman goes on a date that she met online on one of the apps.
Uh-huh.
And the whole thing is, for whatever reason, people want him dead, and they say, kill him or we'll kill your family.
Right.
I don't know a woman. I've been on the apps.
You've been on the apps.
And-
You're on the apps currently.
No, I'm not on the apps.
Not on the apps.
No.
Okay, off the apps.
Off the apps. I was on the apps, though, in the not too recent past.
Yep.
And I had went on dates, and I think
Wow.
no woman would hesitate for a moment
Mm-hmm.
in killing their Hinge date.
Of course not.
Because number one, they're replaceable. They're a Hinge date.
Yes,
There's
so
always,
many of them.
I don't care how handsome they are. I don't care how much money they have. They're still not going to have everything, right? They're not going to have everything that this woman wants. And even if they appear to, there's so many other people to
So
swipe.
many.
And if it's like, you're going to kill my kid if I don't kill this stranger that I just
From
met
Hinge.
on Hinge.
Hinge.
I think, and you know what? If this happened and a woman killed a stranger she met on Hinge to save her family, there would be parades in the streets
Yes.
for her.
Yes.
Because there's so many women who are like, I wish I could have killed 95% of my Hinge dates.
Yes. Just because they're annoying. They don't ask
they're
questions.
talking about Joe Rogan. They're talking about like, well, you know what? Beef tallow actually is really good for you. Or like talking about how much they benched or whatever. Like, they haven't read a book in 30 years, if ever.
Right. Definitely not a novel.
Not a novel. No,
Yeah.
no. They've definitely read books about making your bed is going to change your life.
Yes. Which you would never know that unless you read a book in which an author said, here's 10 things you have to do. One of them is make your bed.
You got to make your bed. So
you got to read a book to learn that life lesson.
So
of
I
course.
think this is just a movie that strains the incredulity.
Yeah.
Incredulity.
A word again. You've read it in many novels, but you don't say it that
I don't.
often.
Yeah. There's no reason to speak it.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to sound smart.
Yes.
But so that's why I think this is just a ridiculous. The concept is too high.
It's too
to the
high.
point where the guy who came up with it is high.
Yes.
Because no woman would not kill their Hinge date.
Yes. Over the smallest infraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. Could you imagine that being something that someone even hesitates over for a moment?
Well, you go to the bathroom and you're on this date and you get this text that you can, I don't know, like in the plot, maybe they disappear. So she'd have to explain this to people.
Right.
So she couldn't have like evidence of it. But as we know, Snapchats can get screenshotted.
Yes. And there's comedians who found that out. There we go. That's why you have to be a YouTuber. Hey, guys. You got to watch us on YouTube because Clayton just reenacted one of the most famous moments of people realizing that Snapchat doesn't go away.
So she's got this evidence that they're going to kill my child if
Yeah.
I don't kill my Hinge date. I can't imagine a woman not being giddy
Yes.
in that bathroom and being like, what do I get to kill him with?
Yeah, this is
Like,
my
can
way
I
out.
blow his fucking head off?
Yeah.
Can I cut his head off? Is there a giant axe?
Right.
Do I have to poison him? That seems lame. I really want to like split him in half like Terrifier, like Art the Clown did
Yeah.
in Terrifier 1.
Yes.
Like, please, can I just can I bone tomahawk this motherfucker?
Right.
Like she'd be texting the guy being like, I only get to kill him once, so I want to make this awesome.
Yeah.
How do you want me to cut him in half?
Right.
Do you want me to push him out of this building?
Have you hidden tools somewhere for me to bone tomahawk this guy?
Yeah.
It's because that woman.
Do I get to torture him? Is this a hostile situation?
At that
Can
point,
I blow torch his legs?
At that point, the person on the other end of these airdrops who had said you have to kill your date, they're sort of being like, hey, like, cool, calm down, chill out. We don't want it to be that bloody.
Yeah.
Like, could you just poison him? And she's like, I want to do a bone tomahawk.
And there's like an eye roll emoji.
Right.
There's the eye roll emoji, like.
Right.
Basic.
Right. It's
based.
It's a woman going on one of these dates. They already assumed I'm going to have my friend call up in the middle of this, and that's my way out.
Yeah.
Instead, they get the perfect way out, which is I get to kill this guy.
Yeah.
This guy, and they went on Hinge or they're on, Field, something like that. Imagine a woman who went on like a Field
I don't know what field is.
It's for the real like wackiness out there.
Okay.
And she's like on one of those, and she's like, I'm gonna try and open things up, meet a real screwball, and you go on that, and then 5 minutes in, you're just like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
Why did I use this app and I met this screwball on here?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was gonna, try be a dominatrix or do something like that, and 5 minutes in, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Why am I on this? How do I get out of this? And then you get that airdrop.
Get that out.
And it's like, here's your way out.
That to me.
Here's your way out.
If I was a woman, that to me would be like, when you're a kid and you hate school and you don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and the whole world is covered in a blanket of pure white snow.
Right.
And you turn on the radio and guess what they say? No school, snow day.
Snow day.
This is like a dating snow day.
Yeah.
Like there's no woman who wouldn't walk into that restaurant guns blazing.
So is
killing other people's Tinder dates and Hinge dates too, just because it's like this feels so good.
So is that the version of this premise that slight tweak and $7.5 million for a low budget, whatever, the PG-13 horror movie is fine. This movie has no stars.
Yeah.
The biggest star is what? The guy who was in
This Ends With Us.
This Ends With Us.
Didn't do anything that we know of. He's a good guy or probably a monster.
Probably a monster, who knows? But either way, he's not famous. Like it Ends With Us, giant hit, but because of all of the hullabaloo outside of that movie, it didn't make anyone's career.
No.
It didn't help anyone. So it didn't help this guy who's in Drop.
Yeah.
So this movie has no stars. It's PG-13 horror. So 7.5 is fine. But if the premise, the marketing had been, the star of this movie is a woman who was asked to kill her Hinge date or her field date or whatever, and this is going to be great. You get to see her mutilate this date, this online date. I think then that's a premise that could draw people in. It draws in all these women in their 20s, 30s, 40s who've been on these online dates, and it's the wish fulfillment. That's, I think, the premise of Drop doesn't allow the wish fulfillment because the woman doesn't want to have to do this.
No.
And if they had set it up where she is psyched, she got this drop in a bathroom that she gets to kill her Hinge date.
And she's probably like almost like, this is too good to be true.
Too good to be true. Yeah.
Like, is this a prank?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, then it becomes a thing where other women in the restaurant, they're all getting drops. And it's like, she's on a field date. She's on a Hinge date. This one's on a coffee meets bagel date. A Bumble date. And they're all getting these drops. Hey, you get to kill this guy you just met on this terrible date who hasn't asked you a question yet.
Yeah. Doesn't even, yeah.
Who upfront states, listen, I don't do that. I don't go down there.
Yeah.
Like, he just said that immediately.
Yeah.
And now you get the airdrop in the bathroom. You get to kill that guy. This is like a Magic Mike type premise.
This is wish fulfillment at the highest order.
Where women are getting together, groups of friends going to see Drop. Where it's like 10 of them, they're getting dressed up, and we all get to go see Drop, where it's like all these women get to kill their Hinge dates. But I think, I agree. Making it that the woman doesn't want to do it.
It just strains the level of,
credulity. That's
credulity.
the word. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should have let me struggle.